Welcome back, everybody. So something big just dropped, and it's already waving across the Congress, the media, and the internet. The U.S. House Oversight Committee just released 33,000 pages of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein. Yep, you heard that right. 33,000 pages. But before we get too excited, let's break it down what's actually in these files, what's not, and why people are saying this release might be more smoke than fire. First up, what are these files and who released them? This document dump came straight from the House Oversight Committee. It has led by Republicans, and they got the files from the Department of Justice, or DOJ for short. These documents include things like court records, law enforcement interviews, some police body cam footage, and Epstein's private flight logs from the early 2000s to around 2014. So, a pretty big pile of stuff, right? Well, yes, but also no, because here's a twist. According to Democratic lawmakers, including Representative Robert Garcia, about 97% of this material was already made public in the past. A lot of this was either already unsealed in court cases or released by journalists over the years. So only a few hundred pages, maybe up to 1,000, seem to be actually new. And even those are mostly flight logs. Now let's talk about politics for a second. Republicans are saying this release makes other efforts to force the DOJ to hand over more files unnecessary. They're basically saying, we've got it all. Done deal. But not everyone's buying that. Some lawmakers, Democrats, even some Republicans are still pushing for full disclosure. There's even a bipartisan bill called the Epstein Files Transparency Act that would force the document to release every document related to Epstein, unless it puts victims or national security at risk. That's being led by Representative Ro Khanna and Representative Thomas Massie. Pretty rare to see those two working together, so that tells you something about how serious this is. Now, let's talk about the reaction. Survivors and victims' families say this is a step, but not nearly enough. Some are calling it a political stunt. Others are saying the government is still dragging its feet, and that this isn't a real justice. There was even a protest and press conference on the day of the release. People are still asking who protected Epstein, who's still being protected, and why are names still redacted. But yep, you guessed it, the infamous missing footage still isn't there. That 1 minute of missing video that conspiracy theories have been built around, still gone. So that part of the mystery, still a mystery. So here's the bottom line. Yes, 33,000 pages were released. That sounds huge, but most of it already public. The new material, limited. And a lot of the big questions still unanswered. Now Congress has to decide. Do they push for more transparency or just let this fade out? What do you think? Is this real progress or just another distraction? Are we getting closer to the truth, or are we being fed the same old story in a new wrapper? Leave your opinions in the comment section and let me know. Be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll keep covering the stories others won't touch, or maybe other stuff people aren't into. You'll just shut up and enjoy the show.